possibly because of the superstition that surrounds it. In fact, many of you might be aware, you're not allowed to say the word Macbeth unless you're performing the play or scenes from it. So hopefully nothing's going to go wrong this evening. You're simply to refer to it as the Scottish play. Okay? We hope you enjoy your evening.
That which are the set of sun.
Where the place? Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
There is foul.
Foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to follow me this way, please. Okay, so, A Midsummer Night's Dream is probably Shakespeare's most popular play. This is possibly due to the fact that it lends itself so well to outdoor performances. In fact, every year in the UK and the US, there's always sell-out alfresco shows. Known probably for its lovers scene, it's also filled with these famous characters, a ramshackle group of thespians trying to put on a play within a play, led by the very bossy Peter Quince and featuring none other than Nick Bottom, who fancies himself as a bit of a Laurence of Olivier. They've become affectionately known as the Mechanicals.
Solar Company here.
Your best department, gentlemen, man by man according to the script.
Here is a script of every man's name which thought fit through all athens of the player in an interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
Ready? Name what part and for and proceed.
Mayor plays the most lamentable and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ooh.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part and for and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you must play Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself and was gallant for love.
That will last some tears before we know it. If we do it, let the audience look to the right. I will have storms. I will control some measure. I could be open space, or tear cat into me four splits. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks on prison gates, and the scar shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the list. This is a miracle thing, a tyrant's thing, a lover's more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It is a lady that Pyramus must love.
Make faith with me now, play woman. I have a beard coming.
That is all one. You may play it in a mask, and may speak as small as you will.
I can wear a mask. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Kiss me, a bit of my lover dear, and lady dear, and lover dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling,
Here, Peter Quince.
the tailor. You must play Thisby's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You hear Mrs. Father, myself Thisby's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope you're the play kitty.
Have you the lines card written? I pray you, if it be given to me for the first of study.
And you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
I can play the line too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good. I will roar that I'll make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you may do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that would be enough to hang us all.
Yeah, that would hang us all.
I grant you, friends, if that should scare these ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discussion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove and as any twirl nightingale.
Meow. You must play Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a loving man as one shall see in a summer's day, a gentleman-like man. Therefore, you need to play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard do I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I would either discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, or your orange-tawny beard, or your purple and green beard, or your French crown collar beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, and request you, and desire you to come them by tomorrow night. Yay! And meet me in a palace wood a mile without the city, by moonlight. Yay! There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with company of the vice villain. Meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play once. I pray you, fail me not.
There we shall meet, and there we shall rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's oath, we meet!
Enough! Hold, hook up bowstrings. Cheers!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to follow me. Okay, so from comedy to tragedy, I'm afraid, here we find ourselves in Verona High School at lunch break. A certain Mercutio is going to be playing some basketball with his friend Benvolio. Romeo and Juliet is probably the Shakespeare that most children will come into contact with first, certainly it was for me, and outside of Hamlet's To Be or Not to Be, it's probably the most quoted or misquoted. You all know the story, of course. Romeo, a Montague, falls in love with Juliet, a Capulet, and the two wed in secret. But Tybalt, Juliet's cousin, spied Romeo at the party, and he's on the warpath for an affront to his family. But he doesn't reckon on meeting Mercutio. Mercutio is probably Shakespeare's most colourful character, an incredible wordsmith. And here we see his cocky, bravado dance of death with Tybalt, the Prince of Cats. Decide for yourselves who is really at fault for his tragic downfall.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, that you tire. The days are hot, our capitals are poor, and if we meet again, we shall not escape abroad. For now, these hot days are mad stirring.
Though Art is like one of those fellows, when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps his sword upon the table and says, "Got some no need of thee." And by the operation of the second cup draws it on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
And that's not a fellow.
Come. Thou art hot as Jack and thy mood as any in Italy. And is so moved to be moody, and is so moody to be moved.
And I was so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man should buy a fee simple my life for an hour and a quarter.
Oh, she's simple, oh simple.
By my head, here comes a Capulet.
By my heel, I care not.
Holy Ghost, I'll speak to them. Gentlemen, good day. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us, couple of us something. Make it a word, and a blow.
Je find me out, sir, and you'll give me occasion.
Could you not have some occasion without me?
Marquesio, how can you serve with Romeo?
Consort, what does thou makes us minstrels? And thou makes minstrels of us? Look to hear nothing but discord. Here's my fiddlestick, here's what shall make you dance. sound consort.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, speak here in the public hunts of men. They withdraw and call you with the grievances or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look. I let them gaze. I'll not budge for no man's pleasure, right?
All easy with you, sir. Because I'm a man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if you wear your livery. Mary go before to field, and he shall be your follower. Your worships in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the hate I bear thee can fall nobler than this. Power to wound.
But the reason after lovely doth much excuse their birth and age. To such a greeting none of them. Farewell, I see you not, you not.
Boy! This shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest. I never injured thee, but love is better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love, and so good capital which in thy tender and own, be set aside.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Else Toccata carries it away. Tybalt, you rack at your will you walk?
Oh, step out me.
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives. That I mean to make bold withal, as it shall be used me hereafter, to drive beat the rest of the aids. Will you pluck your sword out of the pitcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears there be out.
I'm for you.
Mercutio, put that is down.
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission. Come, sir, your passado.
Drum and Romeo, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, crush shame, bear the soft rage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince of expressly forbidden dancing in Verona streets. Hold on, Tybalt. Good, Mercutio.
I'm hurt. I'm plagued on both of your houses. I'm sped. Is he gone and have nothing?
When I got hurt.
A scratch. Mary, 'tis enough.
Courage, man. The hurt, courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I'm peppered, I warrant for this world. I plague on both of your houses. A rat, a mouse, a dog, a cat, to scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. What a devil came between us! I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me to some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague of both of your houses! The way words need of me. I have it, and something too. Your houses!
So, here we've returned to the Scottish play and Macbeth's famous soliloquy, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Shortly after hearing of his wife's death, she threw herself off the castle battlements. Here, Macbeth realizes the world is falling about him and he thinks everything is for nothing.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a war. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace, from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools. The way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, poor player, that struts and frets his hour upon the stage. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Here we are in Macbeth's darkening castle to find the reason for his fall from grace. Macbeth is a decorated Scottish warrior, and he chances upon the 3 witches that we saw at the beginning of our journey. And they give him 3 predictions, one of which will be that he will become king. But his wife, who many regard as the 4th witch, is sure he is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. So she incites her husband to kill his own king. And here we witness the heated moments immediately after the murder of King Duncan.
which hath made them drunk, hath made them bold, that hath quenched them, hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that screeched, the fatal bellman that gives the storms good night. Peace about it. The doors are open, and the serpent comes to knock and try to push snores. I've drugged their deposits, but death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What? Oh!
Alack, I'm afraid to have awakened, and 'tis not done. The tent and not the deed good bounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss him. Could he not resemble my father as he slept? I had doubt. My husband?
Captain Believe. Is there not hear noise?
Heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now.
Is that a sin?
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber? Dombey.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh and sleep and one cried murder. That they did wake each other as sin hurt them. But they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
They're too watched together.
One cried, God bless us, and then the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
For wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had no need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways. They'll make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, let this murderer sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep done ends of the raven's eve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of our mind's great nature, second course, chief nourishing life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still he cried, sleep no more. Glamis had murdered sleep, and therefore Coder shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it thus cried? Why, worthy feigned you unbend your noble strength, to think so plainsily of things. Go get some water, and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleeping groom's blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers, the sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence that knocking? How is it when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ha! They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands? No, this my hands will rather turn the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green ones turn red.
My hands are of your color, but ashamed to wear hearts so white. Hark! They are knocking at the south end. Retire we to our chamber, and then the water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark! They're knocking. Get on your nightgown. Least occasion call us, and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deeds were best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking, I would thou couldst.
Aegeus has promised her to Demetrius in A Midsummer Night's Dream. But Lysander, who is actually in love with Hermia and Hermia is in love with Lysander, is kind of annoyed about that. He's a bit incensed. And here we see his short but impassioned plea to Aegeus for Hermia's hand in marriage.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortune is every way as fairly ranked, if no advantage as Demetrius's. And which is more than all these rules can be, I am beloved of beauty's Hermia. Why should I not then pursue my right? Demetrius, all vouches to his head, made love to Dawn's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in adultery on the spotted and inconstant man.
just catch Juliet. In the moments after, she's just fallen in love with Romeo at first sight. Here she laments that they come from two different families. A rose by any other name would still smell as sweet.
Oh Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. If thou wilt not be but for my love, and I will no longer be a Capulet. This but thy name is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What is Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What is in a name that which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet? So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without that title, Romeo doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
And we just recently saw Lysander's impassioned pleas for tears for the man. Shortly after this scene, they elope into the enchanted forest, and Demetrius gives chase because he's also in love with Hermia. And the two men become under this unwitting spell by Puck, a magical forest sprite. Now the spell is a love potion, and what happens is when they both wake, the first person that they see, they fall in love with. Now this just happens to be Helena, who is in love with Demetrius and followed him into the wood. If you're confused, don't worry, it's okay.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look when I vow, I weep in vows so born. In their nativity, all truth appears.
You advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fright. These all are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her.
Oh, Helena, goddess even perfect divine, to what my love shall compare my mind? This delicious matter you all how ripe and show, thy lips those kissing cherries tempting grow. Thou pure congealed white high tar snow, found with these two men turns to a crowd. When thou holds up thy hand, Olympus fingers in pure light.
Oh spite! Oh hell! I see all are bent set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and you courtesy, you would not do me such much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in soul to mock me too?
Demetrius, you are unkind. Be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If her laughter, all the love is gone. A heart to her but as guest by adorned. And Helena, it is home you turn.
Helena, it is not so.
To spirits on the faith thou dost not know. Less of all peril that I beg, dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder light.
No light up by mine eye, Lysander found, thine ear, I thank it, brought me to that town. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love would press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love thou will not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all you fiery oaths and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Law, she's one of this confederacy. Injurious Hermia, most grievous me. Have you conspired, and you with these contrived, to bait me with the foul derision?
I scorn you not, it seems like you scorn me.
Have you not seen Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even pronounced for me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial?
I understand not what you mean by this.
If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But very well, sprightly moment call, which death grasps soon terminate.
Stay gentle, Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Sweet, do not scorn herself.
Helena, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Go away!
You the tame man, go.
Hang off, thou cat! Thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee off me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love.
Thy love? Out Tawny Tartar, out! Outlawed medicine, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest? Yes, Soothe, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
And what I had, dear bond, perhaps the weak bond holds you. I won't trust your few words.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What, can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Find thy faith, you counterfeit, you puppet, you! What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she has made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maple? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. Moret made for my cowardice. You perhaps may think, because she's something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever came to your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, and love to Demetrius, I told him of yourself into this wood.
Why get you gone? Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that always cared upon.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee.
Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. And though she be but little, she's fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flaunt me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of Henry Nutgrass maid! You bead! You acorn!
But let her alone. Lord, come now.
Now
Take not her part, for if this intent never so little show of luster, thou shalt outbite.
now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest to try what's right. Of thine are mine is most.
Follow, they all go with thee. Shoot thyself. You, mistress, all this toil is long with you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I will no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine. Quicker for a fray, but my legs are longer though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
So we stay with A Midsummer Night's Dream. What better way to end our proceedings than with a final speech from the play by a certain Mr. Robin Goodfellow, otherwise known as Puck.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And with this weak and idle fame, no more yielding but to dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, but if you pardon we will mend. And, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, not to skip the serpent's tongue, we shall make amends ere long. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if you be friends, and the robin shall store amends.